Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWisejames. Just reacting to Wesley Winters' video from, I guess it's 3 days ago now, is it? 2 days ago, regarding Birmingham divided, culture war ignites. It's been a while since I've done a reaction to one of Wesley Winters' videos because I've been trying to stay away from this whole migration issue because I came to the conclusion the country doesn't care about solving it. If they did, they would have pushed my solution. Instead, people just want to whinge and moan on about it, and use it as a tool to achieve their goals. The reason all these people want to leave the ECHR is so that they can't commit human rights atrocities against migrants. So they can, sorry. And I won't stand for that. I just won't stand for it. Literally, World War II was fought and won for the right of free speech and our human rights. And those human rights were supposed to be applied to everyone, not just some people. Which is why we have this mass migration problem as well, because people, as soon as they hear, qualify for those rights. And why would you want to torture, persecute, and mistreat human beings anyway? Just stop the mass migration problem. I've provided a solution to it. The country doesn't care. The country doesn't care about my solution to the mass migration problem. They just want to whinge and moan and cry and use it as a tool. So I'll watch the video, but I've kind of given up on the whole subject. The country doesn't care about solving it. They just like talking about it and shit.
Sharia law is coming to the UK. Here we go.
It's Muslims versus Jews.
Technically, Sharia law is already here if you're a Muslim. If you're not a Muslim, Sharia law doesn't apply to you.
Palestine, that's all I gotta say.
I support Israel.
The Tel Aviv fans are very fascist and racist.
History didn't start on October the 7th. History didn't start on 9/11.
Here we go.
We want the likes of Tommy Robinson to stop whipping up hate.
It's just a football game. Why can't just fans just come here and try and be safe?
That's the first proper Birmingham accent I heard. I just want to enjoy a football game in Birmingham. That's a Brummie, that is.
Aston Villa host Israeli side Maccabi Tel Aviv in a Europa League match that's become one of the most controversial fixtures in years.
No Maccabi Tel Aviv fans will be allowed to attend the match at Villa Park.
After clashes with Ajax fans in Amsterdam last year, where around 60 arrests were made, some claim Maccabi supporters were violent. Local MP Ayub Khan launched a petition to block Israeli fans from attending. Not long after, West Midlands police stepped in.
Before we get started, right, the only reason this Israeli team can't compete in the Asian League is because they got kicked out of the Asian Leagues for violence against other fans. But of course, because the other fans of different skin colour and religion, I don't know. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I wasn't at these fights. I don't know who started it. I don't know who stopped it. I don't know. But from what I understand it, they were given authority to compete in the European leagues. But they're an Asian team. They have no right competing in a European league. That's like me, as a man, competing in women's boxing. I'm not a woman. I shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's boxing. Tel Aviv does not have any justification or jurisdiction in a European league, in my opinion. But it was granted by the authorities of the leagues. I am not that person who has that authority, so it doesn't matter what I think.
And banned Maccabi supporters altogether, saying they couldn't ensure their safety with huge protests expected for the match. To many, this felt political, a decision made.
You should just let football be football, man. Why can't people just go to football and enjoy the match? Why do you have to bring religion into it, bring wars into it? It's just go enjoy the football.
Under pressure from certain Muslim community groups rather than over football concerns. With no Israeli fans allowed inside, protests still went ahead. We head to Villa Park to see what this match is really about. Join me.
So behind me, guys, as you can see, a lot of the Palestine protesters have come out tonight.
1 second.
You can see
I just need to let my dog out. 1 sec.
every other flag around the world besides the Union Jack, besides the St George's flag. They're just here. You have Palestine flag, Egyptian flag, and they're all protesting against tonight's match here in Villa Park. The crowds are gathering. You have most of the local community out and about, and they're going to be here in Villa Park.
We want to give Israel the red card. We have nothing against the West Midlands police.
What do you think of tonight's protest?
Free Palestine, that's all I gotta say.
I've come tonight here to represent Palestine because a lot of kids have died, a lot of children have died, you know, it's been out of order. Not against the football, nothing to do with the football, it's the country.
Yeah. So are you for the fans coming? Freedom of press? No freedom of press. Guys, we have someone here who's just telling people not to be interviewed by me. Absolutely.
What have you done, Wesley, that makes people not want to be interviewed by you? Like, honestly.
Hypocrisy.
Palestine needs to be free. This team, they shouldn't be able to play football. It's a European competition as well. Not even trying to bring politics into it.
Yeah.
But we see what their fans do when they went to Amsterdam. We see what their fans are like.
Right.
So, you know.
So if not the fans, why you also want to ban the players too, though? Say
that again?
If you want to ban the fans, why do you also want to ban the players?
Some of the players were in part of the IDF.
Guys, so you shouldn't even be on this side. Sorry,
What's wrong? What side? We're in Aston Villa. Why can I not be here?
That's fine.
We're doing not on this side. It's here to document. Isn't this a protest? Everyone's meant to, say why they're here.
Here, I tell you what, Wesley, if you ever watch this, mate, right, feel free to interview me over the human rights abuse committed by Northumbria police and other atrocities committed by the British government. I would happily be interviewed. I know I'd probably get made out to be some donkey I'm not, but I can correct people, it's fine. But yeah, why the only people who are afraid of the truth are liars.
So the sign is kick Israel out of FIFA.
No, you don't. I don't agree with kicking Israel out of FIFA. Now, this is the thing you need to understand. The people of Israel shouldn't be punished for the actions of a government when some of them probably didn't even vote for Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, oh, shit. So, I understand people would want to kick Israel out of FIFA, but that's not going to happen. They might end up getting banned from a World Cup competition, but I don't know if has Israel ever qualified? How often? When did Israel qualify for the World Cup? So Israel has only qualified for the World Cup once in 1970. So, I mean, they could get banned from the competition for what happened, but they'd never qualify anyway. So, is it really worth the effort of FIFA to ban a team from competing who never qualifies? You might as well let the Israeli football team play their games and not qualify. Quite simply. It's not the players' fault, but I understand the position. Like, you think they should be kicked out and punished. Israel as a country should be punished the same way almost Germany was punished, and Russia's been punished for world events sort of thing. Like, Russia was banned from the Winter Olympics, from the Summer Olympics. I think Russia might have even been banned from the last World Cup. I don't know, or last Euros, something like that. So it's not exactly unheard of, but you don't kick them out of the entire thing. You just ban them from the competition until they cease the activity they're being banned from.
So as much as people are calling for just Maccabi Tel Aviv fans to not be here, they're also calling for Israel to not be here as well. And that's where you see this sign, kick Israel out of FIFA.
Videos,
cheers, mate. Cheers. Have you ever seen this in Villa Park? No away fans?
No, we haven't. Very unique.
Yeah, what's your take on it? Should the away fans be allowed to come?
Yeah, keep it out of football. It's footballers. That's what I think personally.
Yeah. And do you think this match is against those from a certain nationality, or do you think it is generally to do with hooliganism?
I think it's a mix. I do think it's a mix.
How do you feel that you don't have an away presence today at Villa Park?
They should be here.
Yeah.
Should be here, welcome the Jews. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got no time for that shit.
Reports
I've got no time for that shit either. No time for that shit either. Well said, mate. I live in one of the largest Hasidic Jewish communities in Europe, and they're just human beings. Like most Jewish people have the normal life you do. They have a family, they have kids, they have a religion. Like they have their own type of food they prefer, their own traditions, their own celebrations. Like you can't make all Jews out to be bad because of a bunch of politicians in charge of a country in Asia. Like that doesn't make the Jews in my area bad people, does it? Like just because Donald Trump claims he's a Christian doesn't make every Christian the same as Donald Trump.
are saying it's because of fan violence. Do you agree with that, or do you think there's an ulterior motive?
Yeah, there's violence every game. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
It's just political.
So do you think at the end of the day it's down to the police to actually police this match? If the
Governments are corrupt at the end of the day. Simple as that.
What's the main reason behind today's protest?
Smart man. Smart man.
First of all, it's the fans. Now it's against the players. Like, which one is it?
Both. The Tel Aviv fans are very fascist and racist. They were going around Amsterdam last year and shouting phrases like "death to the Arabs," "we are going to keep your women," and all that stuff. Of course, we don't want them here. And the team, we don't want them here because of...
But the thing is, was it not just like a small minority of the Tel Aviv fans? Like, honestly, there's a small minority of the Newcastle fans, and pretty much every fan base in England have these individuals who are racist, right? Even though their team will have black players who are very good players, they'll somehow still be racist, right? And these players suffer. So is it not the case that there's just a few individuals who are Tel Aviv fans who said these things? It's not like the whole crowd was chanting it, surely.
Of course, what they're doing, what Israel are doing.
But how can you blanket all the fans? There could have been British Jews.
Why was Russia blanketed then? Russian fans.
Russia was banned for the qualification for the Euros 24 for the invasion of Ukraine. So, Tel Aviv, right, is a football team for a city. It's not quite the same, is it? I understand, like, if Moscow had been banned from competing, but...
Fans have been banned, Russian teams have been banned, they've been blanketed.
Disgusting, mate. Politics shouldn't be allowed in sport, and what these lot are doing is just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. You can't discriminate just because of where someone comes from. It's awful.
Do you believe that is the reason? They say because of fan violence and all that sort of stuff?
It's absolutely down to race and religion, mate. It's Muslims versus Jews. I think that's fucking clear.
And tough luck.
Yeah. The irony about Muslims and Jews are they're very similar. Same as all Christians, Muslims, and Jews are more similar to each other than anyone else on the planet. In religious beliefs, anyway. Like, they believe in a male overlord deity. Well, they don't. They actually believe it's beyond the concept of gender, but give it the name he and him. The Muslims call it Allah. The Jews call it Yahweh. The Christians call it God. All Protestants and Catholics are Christians, but not all Catholics are. All Christians. All Catholics are Christians, but not all Christians are Catholics, sort of thing. So, all Christians and all Islam, Christianity, and Judaism come from ancient Sumerian pantheism and paganism, worshipping nature as the creator, right? Which is what all ancient societies did. And they've just forgot over the last couple of thousand years that they were worshipping nature. And imagine this male being with all this power to create everything and everyone and everything that ever happened and ever will happen. Well, actually, it was nature itself they were worshipping originally. It's just been forgotten. But yeah, it's just... Religion has been simply one big game of Chinese whispers over the last 100,000 years to try and answer the question of how we came to be. And it's a bit difficult when they probably didn't start with the right answer.
Look, they can miss a football game. There's over 70,000 people that have been killed. 8-year-old Hind Rajab got killed with over 100 bullets in her. She was on the phone to her family members at the time she was getting killed. She wasn't Hamas or anything like that. So them missing a football game is not a big deal, sorry.
But first in the news it was about fan violence. Now you're saying it's the genocide. It seems like it's always changing.
But why has this got anything to do with football? This should have nothing to do with football. People should be able to go to a football match, enjoy the match safely with their families and their children, and go home safely. It's as simple as that. This shouldn't exist. That you're outside a football stadium talking about a war instead of the match.
And violence is there. It wasn't even violence. They are fascists. They are racist. Hooliganism is one thing, but these guys are fascists. They're racist. They were shouting phrases like "death to the Arabs," "we will rape your women."
That'll be like one bloke who did it though. Like there'll be like one bloke said this. You know, fuck's sake. There'll be like you can't make out the entire group of Tel Aviv people were saying this. I'm sorry, that's not true. That's just, I don't accept they would have been. I accept there would have been an individual or a few individuals shouting things like this to try and be provocative because they've got small penises and they do these sorts of things to try and make themselves feel big because they're in a big group of men, so they say things they would never dare say to another man because they're in that group, trying to provoke them because they know they have the defense of the group with them. It's always these small penis men, right? It's always the same. Insecure men who try and look like big men because they aren't big men, right? So I refuse to accept it was all of the Tel Aviv fans saying this. But he's saying they were saying this, that it would have been one guy. Like one or two guys, that would have been it. And those guys were probably drunk.
No schools left in Gaza. All of these phrases. We can't stand that, come on.
What if Aston Villa wanted to play Maccabi Tel Aviv? Why is it not up to the actual teams who are involved?
I mean, this goes back decades ago.
It's a football match. No, it doesn't. It's a football match. You play the football match, you go home. It's got nothing to do with anything else. What is this? I'm so confused.
England played Nazi Germany in a football match, and those
yeah, at Christmas we stopped the war. Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, the bullets stopped for an entire day, and then the next day we went back to killing each other. Correct.
Players were told by the FA officials to do the Nazi salute, to Psych Hail.
Okay.
Only one player refused, Stan Collis. He refused to bow down to fascism, right? So this has been a thing for decades where players are told that they should not toe the line when it comes to fascism. They should abide by it.
Oh look, it's Wesley Winters.
Hey, how are we doing?
What's fascism got to do with football? Like, why is it involved? What? Literally, men work really hard all week long to get away from this shit. They go to football to get away from this political bullshit. We get brainwashed on our phones. We're getting brainwashed on our computers. Our TVs are brainwashing them. I've got about 7 microphones in this room listening to everything I say just to try and target advertise me to get more money out of me. Like, it's unbelievable.
Oh, do you not believe in freedom of press? Get your camera out.
The far-right YouTuber.
Anyway.
Oh, that's why they don't like you, Wes, because you're seen as a far-right YouTuber. I mean, if you're far-right, you're far-right. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I don't really care if you're far-right. I only care about someone's choices in life, so much to speak, as in, like, are you a violent person? Do you defend those you care about? Do you stand up for what you believe in? Like, I don't have to agree with everyone. Like, I argue with Nigel Farage cultists all day long, and they instantly assume you're a left-wing wokey for it. But some of the stuff the left-wing does, I can't stand. I can't stand it. Gluing themselves to roads. Like, throwing paint on a Van Gogh painting because they don't like oil. Going into McDonald's and ordering a plant burger and thinking you're helping saving the cows when you're literally giving money to the biggest killers of cows on the planet who will use it to kill more cows, even though you did buy a mushroom burger off them that tasted like a cow, and you think you're a good person for it, and you drove there in a fucking Tesla with about 160 very dangerous chemicals that are limited and rare. So although it's claimed as sustainable and environmental, it's actually using non-sustainable materials and very rare materials and toxic materials. So no, it's not environmentally friendly and sustainable. It's more damaging to the environment to make a Tesla than the emissions positive effect, right? So I just don't get all this shit, man. All the left-wing bullshit, all the right-wing bullshit. I think you're all centrists. Like, I have right-wing views when it comes to crime and punishment, when it comes to lowering taxes and the state spending less, making profit for the state, business doing well. And I also agree with left-wing policies like the minimum wage, equal rights for homosexuals, women, trans people. Now, the equal rights I agree with trans people is the equality to be treated equally as a human to everyone else. The right to vote, the right to work, the right to a relationship. But that doesn't mean you have to force other people to call them a gender they're not. No, that is a breach of people's religious freedoms, right? So no, you can't do that. So I can treat a Jewish person equally to a Muslim, and they might not, the Muslim might not like it, or the Jew might not like it because they don't like each other, and they don't see each other as equals, but I see them as equals. But that doesn't make me a racist, does it? Because I treat them the same, or do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it doesn't mean I'm a Muslim because I treat a Muslim as an equal to me. It doesn't mean I'm a Jew because I treat a Jew as equal to me. So when I treat a trans person as equal to me, it doesn't mean I agree with the trans ideology. I think it is a mental health problem. But I have mental health problems, so it's a difficult situation. Like, they don't want to accept it's a mental health problem, even though it's gender dysphoria, and they don't want to hear and talk about it being a mental health problem. They just want me to accept that they are this, and the same as I've got loads of delusions. I want people to accept me as the smartest man in the world because I solve dark matter and dark energy. Yet science hasn't proven I've done it yet, and people aren't just going to take my word for it. And I get that. But they have to prove that dark matter isn't gravity in unknown forms. I suggest currents, same as like the currents in the ocean, or dark energy as is not light in current form. I think dark matter and dark energy is the current system for the visible universe. Dark matter being the gravity current and dark energy being the light current. We have current systems in every thing you can imagine, caused by variations in the waves, the velocity, the speed, the height, the everything, right? So this causes differences within the same substance, like we have in the oceans, right? So when you've got billions of gravity sources, right, you eventually end up with currents of gravity that are stronger or weaker in certain places, and we call that dark matter. I would call that dark matter. And with light, light from every light source in the universe permeates throughout, and like how can I explain it? The same as the current-like system, and that's what dark energy is. It's almost like causing the universe. That's what causes the universe to expand faster than it is. We thought it was expanding because it's like being blown up like a balloon by light constantly in every possible direction. And it's causing this current system that, like, it's hard to explain, right? Because I haven't got the numbers, I haven't got my own telescope, you know. They're not going to lend me the James Webb telescope to prove this fact. But the fact of the matter is, gravity is a current, and light is a current. So I believe the onus is on science to prove me wrong, not on me to prove myself correct, because I believe I've already proven myself correct in the fact that every wave system in the universe has a current system if it has variations within the wave, right? It's like that's science, it's physics, okay? So that should permeate through to every aspect of the universe, including gravity and light. And I do believe that science is just overlooking the simplicity of it, rather than accepting my theory and checking it. It could take 100 years, that's fine. So I also have, delusions, so to speak, because I could be wrong. That's fine. But then I would be helping science by being proven wrong. So I'll either end up being the guy who solved dark matter and dark energy first, and then gets proven right or wrong. So I could be proven wrong, but still help, because if they prove me wrong, it means they tick off gravity and light as suspects for dark matter and dark energy. But they won't be able to do that, you see, because the very person who came up with the idea of dark matter and dark energy also believes the same as me. So they'll have a hard fucking job. The person who came up with it didn't believe it was a current system. That's my thing. Like, they're the ones who came up with dark matter and dark energy. I've just worked out it's a current system for the universe. But no one will believe me, and that's fine. I get that, it's fine. But even when science proves me right, people wouldn't believe I'm the one who worked it out first. They'll have to see the evidence. Which is why I've made sure the evidence is all available all over the internet. So in 100 years' time, they can be like, oh, look, this guy, James Pope, knew what dark matter and dark energy was before anyone else on the planet. And he tried telling them all, and no one bloody listened. Oh, and look, the police in Britain also broke his human rights. Oh, he's also the founder of a religion called agnostic atheism. What a psycho.
Listen carefully. I can sue you for defamation, so calm down.
No.
Defamation? What did she say that was defamating? Let's hear this.
Do you not believe in freedom of press? Get your camera out.
The far-right YouTuber.
Anyway.
Far-right YouTuber, yeah. See, I don't think Wesley Winters is a far-right YouTuber. I think he's a centrist who holds some right-wing views, but I guarantee you he holds some left-wing views. If you asked him, does he agree with the minimum wage? Yes. If you asked him, does he agree with women having the right to vote? Probably, but depending on the women. Does he believe in workers' rights? That's a left-wing ideology? Yes. Does he believe in the NHS? Probably yes. So I could probably tell you right-wing policies and left-wing policies Wesley Winters thinks and believes without even meeting him. So to call him a far-right YouTuber, I could see as defamation, yes.
Listen carefully. I can sue you for defamation, so calm down.
No.
Yeah.
Carry on. Sue me, I don't have money.
Sue me, I don't have money.
Do you believe in freedom of press? Freedom of press? Freedom of press?
Don't touch me.
You got in his face, so he had reasonable right to remove your arm from his face.
Don't get my space.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, enjoy your 10 seconds of fame. Enjoy your 10 seconds of fame.
I think the nose ring says it all, and I think she has two.
Honestly. Do you believe any football fan can come watch a match in England?
Anyone should come to the Israelis, we're on about this. Look, sir, I don't get political, I really don't. I just want everyone to get on. If that's all I want, if that's the biggest.
What's the name of your
Good man.
channel?
Where's Wesley?
Sorry?
Where's Wesley?
Whoa, look at his beard. I couldn't grow that in 50 years, fucking hell.
Why? Yeah.
Have a quick word with you, please.
Yeah. Well,
just come over here.
what's the issue?
No, I'll just if I can talk to you over here a minute.
Oh, you're in trouble, Wes. You're in trouble.
Right, what's your purpose over here?
Just to document the protest.
I think it's pretty obvious you document the protest.
Yeah.
All that's been said is that you're upsetting or antagonising some of the people.
I was just...
Yeah, see, this is what they do. People make false reports to the police. So, you know when someone makes a false report to the police like this? Like, oh, Wesley Winters was, and he's going antagonising people. You need to go and stop him and remove him. So the police come over and question him to see what's going on. And that's fair, and they'll probably leave him alone. But they won't go back to the person who made the false report and arrest them for wasting police time with a false report.
The problem I've got is if people are telling me that.
No, they're taking it out.
Yeah, so if 1,000 people ring the police and say someone's committed a crime who hasn't, are you going to go arrest this person who hasn't committed the crime because 1,000 people said so, even though you have no evidence to suggest so? Like,
So all I'm going to ask of you, if you keep this side of the
In
barriers.
Section 17, you're allowed to document a protest, interview people.
No, absolutely, but.
So what's the problem? He's just quoted his rights to be there and to document this. So what's he going to say?
Also,
doesn't look like his camera's on his chest, by the way, but I could be wrong, but there's no red light flashing, is there?
the breach of the peace, we need to ensure.
See, there's no red light on his top. There's no. Why are taxpayers paying millions of pounds every year for these police officers to have cameras on their jacket that they don't fucking use? Like, we would have no video evidence of this conversation if it wasn't for Wesley.
There's no threat of violence or harm, etc.
So he's trying to claim that now Wesley is causing a breach of the peace by documenting and asking questions. He's not. That's not reasonable.
I'm speaking to one of the organisers, and he was going to do an interview with me very shortly, so it's not like
No, if people want to speak to you, not we're not honestly disrupting what you're doing.
Right.
So people start saying antagonising.
We just don't want anything to happen. We don't want you to get hurt. We don't want any of them to get hurt. Okay?
Yeah, but I'm just here to
we're trying to protect them.
But you as the police are there to uphold their rights as well as protect them. So I understand the police's job is to protect people, and I have massive respect for police officers who do a good job. I just have no respect for police officers who do a bad job and are a stain on the badge. No respect for them whatsoever. And but the police's job is also to uphold British citizens' rights.
Everybody here, okay, and that's all we're trying to do, all right? You just stay this side of the
I'm a sensible person, I know not to take the piss.
The licking of the lips there would suggest she finds you attractive, Wesley, if that helps.
No, we're just trying to protect everybody, okay?
Okay. So guys, I've just been told by...
The look back was remember me.
By the police, I'm not allowed in the huddle, in the group over there.
And to be fair, you're probably a better looking man than me, Wesley. I'm not gay, I wouldn't know, but I'm old and disfigured and crippled.
Guys, there's press here, there's media from everywhere. I was just asking questions and the police are already picking me out of the crowd. No idea why. Just trying.
It's because people made a false report about you, Wes, unfortunately. It would have probably been the woman with the ring nose and her little, entourage or, So someone made a false report that you were causing trouble to the police, so the police have to act as if that's a serious thing. And it's true, because they don't discriminate against that person. But I tell you what, if I made that report to the police, they wouldn't check it out because I have mental health problems. They would think it wasn't true. They just discriminate against me. They think it's okay. Totally different. You know, Wesley, you are welcome to interview me anytime over Northumberland Police's breaches of the ECHR. And I can explain everything that happened. You're welcome to. If the police hassle you can use that as leverage. You have my permission. It would help my case.
Trying to hear both sides as we do, and it's already starting, guys. Apparently I have to stand over here. What's the issue?
You don't have to stand over there. They've just threatened you that they'll take it as a breach of the peace if you don't, because someone made a false report.
Me filming. What's the issue of me filming? So this guy over here is in charge of who can film and who can't. As you can see, you have guys with cameras, and they're literally just picking people out of the crowd who can and can't film.
If I stay on your side of the road, I wouldn't be breaching the peace. I wouldn't even be able to have contact with.
Good lad, stand up for your rights. Good lad.
We've directed you to do that. I was staying there after you told me.
More kicking off. There's something going on with the press and these.
I'm also going to be watching this video to try and document any unreasonable use of force by the police, because it'll be interesting to see if anyone's committing a crime gets a lifelong injury, considering I was given 3 when I hadn't committed a crime because I was mentally unwell, and they didn't do a mental health detainment very well, so I ended up with 3 lifelong injuries. Obviously, if I was so mentally unwell that I had to be put into a cage and held under a law where my human rights are removed, I therefore can't be held liable for the injuries caused to me by the people detaining me. If I've literally been deemed so mentally unwell that I'm not capable enough to exist in society, and I have to be put in a secure facility, I also cannot be deemed legally liable for the physical injuries I gain through the detention as a result of them doing that. So when the British government sectioned me and I got these 3 lifelong injuries through the mental health detainments, right, they can't hold me responsible for them. They are legally responsible. Like, when the police go out to try and stop a crime, if they injure a member of the public, they are responsible. Like, but because I was as deemed as mentally unwell, I literally have zero ability to be held accountable for the injuries caused to me. It's literally legally impossible that you could remove someone's human rights and all their legal rights and put them in a secure facility, but try and claim they are responsible for the injuries the police gave to them during the detention that put them there. So I'll be watching this for unreasonable uses of force.
Guys, let's have a quick look.
I haven't seen any yet.
There's a bit of argy-bargy. We don't know what's happening. They're shouting at IDF.
See, I don't agree with people shouting death to anything in this country. We don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're shouting death to the IDF or death to Hamas. I don't care. Right? We don't agree with killing people in this country. We would rather put the worst of the worst in a cage for the rest of their life with minimal human conditions, and pay for that to happen. Like, that's what I would rather put some rapist behind bars for the rest of their life and let them die in jail and pay for that than give them the easy way out of death. No. And especially when you consider how many people got wrongly convicted over the hundreds of years of capital punishment for murder, for rape. Like, women got burned for being witches, and they weren't witches. Like, come on. If you're shouting death to anything, I think you are scum. I know the IDF aren't seen in a positive light, the same way Hamas aren't, the same way the Taliban aren't, and Al-Qaeda aren't, Hezbollah, CIA, but you shouldn't be shouting death to these people. I hate the fucking Tories, right? I fucking hate the Tories, but I would never wish death on a Tory. I hate paedophiles. And it's not that I wish death on them, it's that I would feel the least sorry for them if they died. I don't wish death on any... I literally, if there's a bug in my house, a spider or a fly, I will free it. I don't kill living things as best I can. I don't agree with killing living things. Living things are sacred. If you're a Muslim and you think killing Allah's creation is okay, then you took the word of a man in a book who lied to you over the trust that Allah was right in his creation, or its creation, right? And if you're a Jew who thinks Yahweh made mistakes in creation, and so certain living things deserve less rights than you because you follow this book, and this person in this book, this man, mortal man, tells you that God told him that you're the chosen people, and so everyone else who's not you is not the chosen people, but anyone in the world can become Jewish. So it's not that you're the chosen people, it's that you want to make out Judaism is the chosen faith of God. And then Christianity, it's just like, do Christians think that God made mistakes in creation? Like, was God wrong to make homosexuals? Was God wrong to make women promiscuous and want to have sex and want to be loved and want to enjoy intercourse with a male? Is that somehow, a sin to have the urge to produce babies? Like, I don't think it is, but your religions all think your God made mistakes in creation because a mortal man in a book told you so. It's just like, fuck. So I don't agree with shouting death to these things. You're shouting death to the creation of what you probably call your God. If your gods, whoever your gods might be, wanted these people dead, why did he give them life?
Sorry guys, there's a guy behind me with an Israel flag, and it's really angered them. They brought the Israel flag, and they're being getting pushed out. Look at the reaction. We have a lady with an Israel flag here. What's your reason for bringing the flag? What's your reason?
I support Israel.
So guys, you see that? She says she supports Israel. She brought her flag here. She's getting chased out. A very brave woman, you know, would be just by herself. What's your message to Maccabi Tel Aviv?
They should be welcome here. We're a Christian welcoming country. We shouldn't be banning anyone because of their faith. It's not because of their country. They don't want Jews here.
Stop it. Would you have anything to say to the police?
Yeah, so it's not about the... Why do you...
I don't think it's that they don't want Jews here, to be honest. That's not true at all. This country is very welcoming of the Jewish people. We saved a lot of Jewish people in World War I and World War II, welcomed them into this country, and they've settled here and lived here for generations, very peacefully, worked hard, they pay their taxes. There's probably only one day of the year they might break some crimes, break some laws, which is Purim, drinking too much, drunk and disorderly sort of thing. And you're allowed to let your hair down once a year. That's perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. And to affiliate Jewish people, the Jewish people in my community with Israel, simply because they share the same religion. And some of the people here have family there and they see them... I don't know. I don't see the Jews in my community as Israelis. I see them as British people. They're British Jews. And although they might have connections to Israel, sure. Some family, maybe. Holidays or... I don't know. So these people were born here. They live here. They're raised here. They raise their children here. They work here. They speak English. Some of these Jews have never been to Israel, so how could they be anything to do with Israel?
Do you believe so many people have come out?
Like, why has this been made into something about Jews and Muslims?
Tonight, then, on the Palestine side.
I think they're angry people. I think they want violence. I think they're intolerant. That's probably all I've got to say, really.
Yeah, and how's the Jewish community feeling right now that this game has come?
I'm actually Jewish. I'm a Christian. I'm here to support them.
It's nice to see a Christian supporting the Jews, but I've met a lot of Christians who are Nazis. Like, a lot of Nazis are Christians that have Christian tattoos, that have Christian jewelry and stuff, right? Some Christians are very different, right? It's very rare I see a true Christian. Now, the only true Christians I accept would be one who believes in equality, and that's kind of it. You don't have to believe in God. You just have to believe in equality, really.
It's gone back.
No, what are you talking about?
No one is supporting it.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. So, guys.
Allahu Akbar. What has Allah got to do with this football game?
Just behind me is the away stand where the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans would have entered. Tonight is completely empty. No away fans allowed. They've been banned from coming to the game. The same because of fan violence. They can't control the crowd. But yet still they've brought 700 police officers to Aston to police this match. And as you can see here, Villa Park is completely empty at the minute.
Police everywhere. You don't even say this for Villa Blues. It's just...
Right, so even in a normal Villa rivalry, you won't see this much police?
No. I mean, it's hectic, but not this bad.
So why do you believe there is this many police, as well as there's no away fans here?
It's just protest groups clashing, I guess. It's just, you've got a lot of things. You've got a bit of a Molotov cocktail tonight. It's a lot of things that could go wrong.
I think it's a shame, and I mean, I've walked around the ground and there's no trouble. There's more police than fans.
Yeah.
They've all signed their own, overtime check, haven't they? And it's the taxpayer who have to fund it all for nothing. If the Muslim people wanted to come down and protest and cause trouble, then, they get what they're asked for, don't they?
So, Shakir, did you organise?
Yeah, there's an old proverb. I don't know which country or people came up with it, but if you go looking for trouble, you shall find it.
Today's protest?
So today's our protest has been organised by a coalition of national organisations and local activists. We have decided to put our differences aside to come here and stand in solidarity against the barbaric Israeli establishment and with what they're doing, and I'm sure you know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, people will be asking today, why in 2025 in the UK can you not watch a football match?
Well, why in 2025 you cannot watch a football match? Because in 2025 we have to see over 80,000 people have been killed.
But this has nothing to do with a football match. Okay, so I understand the position of these men, right? 80,000 Palestinians have been killed, okay? Around about 800,000 people with mental disabilities were killed by the Germans in concentration camps in World War II. I bet he's never mentioned this. So the thing is, I do care about the Palestinians and their lives, and I want them to be living in peace, right? But I really struggle with people who pick and choose which lives matter. So, obviously, Palestinian lives matter a great deal to this man, and that's fine. Palestinian lives matter a great deal to me as well. But why do mentally disabled lives not matter to this man? That's what I would ask.
Babies' intestines hanging out, and we have to witness a modern day genocide. When I was in school and they taught us about Hitler, I never could understand how somebody could do such a heinous crime. But in this day and age, I know how he has, because it's
in other words, he could never understand why Hitler did what he did, but he's saying now in 2025 he can understand it. That has to be one of the most anti-Semitic things I've ever seen from someone of brown skin colour in my life. Who's in England anyway, not abroad. Wow. That's like someone saying Hitler was right. That's what that's like saying.
happening now, and people are just watching it go by and not doing nothing about it.
But people are saying this protest is targeting Jews. It's Jews who can't attend the match.
I completely disagree with you, and I hope you, as a sincere, honest journalist, will do research.
That's so manipulative.
A few days we had Jewish people outside this stadium. They walked around Aston, and I'm talking about Jewish rabbis who visibly look Jew. There's no issue. Our issue is not with people of Abrahamic faith. Our issue is with the Zionist movement.
So what in particular is it again?
Good. Good. Because there's some lovely Jewish people in this world. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely people. Not all of them. There are some very bad Jews, you know, who think they're better than everyone else because they're a Jew, and you're just some non-Jew and they're better than you. Yes, but there are some lovely Jews in the world. There are many. The same as there are many lovely Muslims. There are many lovely Christians. Even though I don't agree with your religions, I don't follow your faiths, it doesn't mean I can't appreciate a decent, good human. It doesn't matter what your religion are. If you're a decent, good human, I can appreciate you.
Say Israeli fans then coming in. Why the Israeli fans? We don't want to call them Jewish then.
Before I give you my political stance on why...
We've already heard your political stance. You think Hitler was right?
I think they shouldn't come. I think it's a case of double standards. Why are Russian fans not allowed to come?
Because Russia invaded Ukraine, and it was the Euros. Russia is a country. Tel Aviv is a city. It's different. But it's not a false equivalency, I guess, because it is a very good comparison. It's a very good comparison, but it's not an exact... It's not close enough for my liking. It's like comparing the invasion of a city by another city compared to the Roman Empire trying to invade Scotland and failing because it was too cold and they couldn't handle it. I don't know, it's similar, but not the same.
Why is it because of Russian aggression, Russian fans are not allowed to come, but with Israeli aggression, Israeli fans are allowed to come? First, I want to counter, why is there double standard?
Some people argue that the UK banned Russian fans, so this is...
I mean, it's a fair point. I mean, it's hard to disagree with it. You know, Russia's had banned teams from the European competitions as well. I can't imagine Moscow and the other St. Petersburg teams has been competing in the Champions League and the Euros. So they've been banned from the European competitions. Russia was not allowed to compete in the European Championships or Euros 2024. So I do understand why it's like a bit of a double standard, so to speak, by allowing them to play, if that makes sense. But
legitimate, so we should ban Israeli fans. Do you think it's the same?
No, everyone's welcome. It's fucking...
Yeah, that's the thing. I want everyone to be welcome in England to play football. Like, even the Russians. Even the Russians.
This is football, mate. Football is not a thing to be selected on. It's for everyone.
This is the thing about football, right? You need to take religion out of it. You need to take politics out of it, right? It's about 11 men versus 11 men on a field, 2 goals, 1 ball, right? Most goals wins. It's that simple, okay? Right? And men want to go and watch this and escape the shit of the world. You don't want to go to a football match and be facing with politics and fucking wars and sexism. Honestly, just play football, you bunch of tossers.
And then all this stuff that's going on is stupid, if you ask me. There's no need for it.
You're calling for the game just to be cancelled overall?
Cancel it altogether.
Cancel the game? Cancel the game? Cancel the game? I think we need to cancel your yellow top, sir.
Okay.
And they should never allow that. If FIFA shouldn't allow them to play anywhere in the world.
But why? Why not just behind closed doors?
Because they're killers.
They are killers. So you're telling me, sir, that every single Tel Aviv fan is a killer? We're talking about Tel Aviv, a football club. They'll have some bad fans, yes. Maybe a lot of bad fans. But they're not all killers, are they?
The players are killers.
No, they're not players. They were bloody same thing. They were in the killing and then they become players as well.
You know Son Heung-min for Tottenham? Son Heung-min, he served in the Korean army. You wouldn't call him a killer?
I would never call a soldier a killer unless he killed an unarmed person who was not a soldier, they were a civilian. Because that would be a war crime, right? That is murder. But I don't know. It's difficult, you know. War's a tricky thing. There are things in war, but not all killings are murders. Some killings are your job. The soldiers doing their job, right? It's not... I understand why he's saying it. It's just I don't agree with calling a soldier a killer unless they did something like killing a civilian. And I understand because the civilians in Palestine are being killed by the soldiers, they're trying to make out all the soldiers are killers. But that's just not the case. There's individuals and bad soldiers within every army. The same as there's bad supporters within every football group. Like, there's racists within every football group in the world. Bad people within every group, within every community, every religion, every village, everything. There's always a bad egg somewhere. In everything.
Listen, that's not the point. I'm not talking about that. BBC, CNN, anybody, all these people used to keep everything under intact. But now, because it's a social... right, TikTok and all this new age, right? So there's no control on that. So everybody tell the truth. Majority of the cases, people tell the truth.
Is your argument that they're all bad just because they're from Israel or they're...
No, it's sad actually, because some fans who are good and some players who are even good are getting let down by Zionists. Zionists, because of their behavior in Palestine, is causing innocent people to miss games. And it's causing us to come here and lose our voices. We just want an end to the genocide. We want the Palestinian state to be reinstated, and more importantly, we want the likes of Tommy Robinson to stop whipping up hate.
Yes, mate. I'm sick to death of hearing people support Tommy Robinson, if I'm honest. I'm sick of it. He created UKIP, and like 60-70% of the members of UKIP, not UKIP, sorry, the EDL, Tommy Robson created the EDL, 60-70% of the members found in the EDL were found to have crimes committed against women or children, right? Fucking nobody mentions that. He was convicted of contempt of court for disrupting the court hearing over the grooming gang case, over the Rochdale grooming case, which nearly caused the people involved in that case, who are now convicted rapists, to get away with their convictions of rape because the case was nearly thrown out because of his contempt of court. So he literally nearly got Muslim rapists off with rape, and people are cheering his name. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, if he's getting people shouting his name, why am I not getting like a parade like an astronaut? Getting confetti thrown at me by like millions of people for the things I've done. I'm baffled every day by it. How these people think he's like such a good thing when he's caused so much hatred and division and problems. Like, he nearly got some rapists off with their charge. Like, how much of a dickhead do you have to be that you let your racism nearly get the people you're racist against off with their charge? How much of an idiot do you have to be?
And scaremongering, I challenge you to walk around this group. You will see white people, you will see black people, you will see brown people, you will see Sikh, Muslim of all faith. Go to the opposite side and see if you see the same thing.
Their football players represent something much larger. They represent a genocide. And that's not what we're...
Well, you see them as representing that. It doesn't mean they necessarily do represent that.
We should be against this. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked. If you study history, you will look at things like this were the precursors to World War II. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a history buff, yeah? So if you look at when Russia invaded Yugoslavia, the League of Nations was set up to stop invasions such as that. They failed to do so, just as the UN have failed to do so today.
Bloody hell, that's a term I haven't heard in a long time. League of Nations. That was basically what came out of World War I that failed to stop Germany. But it only failed to stop Germany because Germany used a new type of warfare called Blitzkrieg, where they utilised oil and modern technology and machinery like tanks and aircrafts and submarines with missiles to absolutely obliterate their opponent before they could get a defence in place. Like, the Germans had armies of tanks before most countries had decent tanks. So they just waltzed in and took the place. It wasn't the case that the League of Nations didn't work because of any other reason. It simply didn't work because technology beat it. That was all it was. But I don't think I've heard that term in 20 years. I don't think I've heard that word since 2005 in my history lesson with Mrs. Macaulay teaching me about it.
What does that lead to? That leads to wider conflict.
Oh, no, that's not true. It would have been on the GCSE exam. So I didn't hear it, but I read it then. But you get what I'm saying.
Leads to careful ban. Don't need that, brother. What are you doing? Brother, don't do that. Brother, don't do that, please. Leave it. Sorry about that.
I've just been hit by a Palestinian stick by one of the protesters.
Why would you hit Wes with a stick, man? Right? Even if you don't agree with his opinions, right? If you hit him with a stick and he's never done anything to you in your life, you're instantly worse than him as a human being. Because he's not hit you with a stick. He doesn't even know who you are. He's never met you. He's never done anything wrong to you in your life. And because you don't like him for his beliefs or whatever, you hit him with a stick. So who's the bad person here? Is it Wesley, who gets hit with a stick for his beliefs, or the person who hits him with a stick? That's an arrestable offence, by the way. Criminal offence. That's assault. You should be arrested for that.
Silly young lads. Come aside, please. Boys, can you get in between just to protect the guy, please? Sorry about that. Yeah, so as I was saying...
Thing is, sir, you shouldn't be saying sorry for them. You didn't do anything wrong. It's not your fault that they think it's okay to assault a British member of the public with a stick and the police sit there watching.
when conflicts like this happen, other people see this and they think, oh, you've got away with X, Y, and Z. You've got away with the genocide. We'll get away with the genocide. Look at the genocide in Syria. Assad carried out a genocide. The world did nothing.
So you're some
bold.
The world did nothing because he had a defense pact with Putin and Russia. So any attack on Syria would have been seen as an attack on Russia, and nobody had the balls. That's what it was. But I'm pretty sure we did do something about it. We ousted him with our own puppet. Or, well, we didn't, but the Americans did.
Other people, that emboldens other leaders to carry out genocide, and no one will bat an eyelid.
So you're saying by having this football...
Actually, I agree with what he's saying, though, you know. Because Russia's invaded Ukraine, no one bat an eyelid. So Israel did Palestine in, people didn't really bat an eyelid. When countries invade another and then nobody does anything about it, it authorises and gives permission to other countries to do the same, and kind of saying nobody's going to do anything about it. So in the same regards, if someone is breaching the human rights, right, in Britain, right, if it's allowed to happen, it means human rights no longer matter, and everyone's human rights can be broken. I mean, I have been trying to reiterate this point for many years to people, but people don't listen. They don't listen. They don't care. Until they suffer the crime themselves, they don't seem to care.
Match, the government, the UK are being like too pro-Israel then by having this here. It can lead to almost like ignoring Palestinians. That's what you're saying.
I think the issue with the government being pro-Israel isn't football matches. It's providing them with weapons.
Correct.
It's providing them with funding. It's providing them with the green light to kill children, to bomb civilians. That's where the football match is neither here nor there. Like I said,
Oh, for God's sake, this bitch is back again. She's the one who made a false report about you, Wes, no doubt. Look at her. She's literally come in like a fucking super Karen here.
Hey, who put 50p in you? Just go away.
It's okay. It's okay.
Who put 50p? Shut up, Wesley.
Now, straight up, guys.
Oh, she licked her lips as well, Wes. Look, she finds you attractive, Wes. Wes, you know how she's come over and been a bitch? It's actually because she finds you attractive, or him. Maybe it's him she finds attractive. Wait, let's have a look.
50.
So she come up and touch him.
Oh, Zippy, who put 50? Who put 50?
What did she call you?
Here nor there. Like I said, it's.
Oh, Zippy. Who put 50? Who put 50p in you?
Tommy Testicles. Is that? Are you with Tommy Robinson? Are you Tommy Robinson's best pal? Are you, boys? Is that what it is?
Let's go away.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, straight up, guys. Are you recording this shit?
I don't know if it's you she's attracted to, Wes, but
It's okay. It's okay. Now.
Maybe it's someone behind you. I can't tell. But she's attracted to someone.
Straight up, guys, are you recording this shit? Lads, come on, man.
What do you hope happens after tonight?
See, women will quite often do that. I mean, fair enough, she could have dry lips. She could have dry lips, fine. I have dry lips because I've been smoking. But,
Say again?
What do you hope happens after tonight?
Firstly, the genocide needs to stop properly. History didn't start on October the 7th. History didn't start on 9/11. History doesn't start when the West decides. Okay? History started when the colonial powers came into the Middle East.
No, history started when time began. Human history began when we started documenting it. So, hieroglyphs, cave paintings, wall art, Aboriginal wall paintings in northern Australia. That is when history began. When we began recording things. But if you're talking about like human history, yeah. Actual history, no, it's when time started. But
came into Asia, came into China.
That's when you chose to believe history began. History was going on long before then. China wasn't as it was today back then. It was many, many small countries, as you would understand it, fighting over power.
Came into Africa and stole and looted many, many things. This is half the reason why we've got an immigration crisis.
I really struggle with this whole colonial thing because we in Britain have been invaded by everyone, really. So we went and just invaded them back, really. You know, like the Spanish invaded us, the French invaded us, the Dutch invaded us, the Germans, the Vikings, the Anglo-Saxons, even Northern Africans, the Persians, the Romans, the Greeks would have done it as well. The Celtic people, like. So when you talk about like our colonial, like, activity, it's always weird that no one ever mentions our defensive activity as a result of other countries' colonialism. I understand the British Empire is probably the worst suspect for colonialism in history. So I am a bit of a hypocrite asking the rest of the world to see their actions against Britain. But I understand my country's actions were wrong. So I just expect other people to see the wrong actions against my country. If that makes sense. Britain was also a victim of colonialism. It wasn't the only perpetrator of it.
Okay, if I've gone to his home and I've stolen everything that he owns, one day he's going to want to come back and take it back. So if I'm here, let's say for example, I love living in this country. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I'll say that right now. I love living in this country. If the British didn't come into India and loot India so bad that its global GDP went from 26% to 0.3%, I'd probably still be there.
So guys, getting a few.
But what happened with India wasn't just Britain. It was the East India Trade Company, which, yes, was mostly controlled by British people, but it was a private company that exploited India far more, really, than Britain. But it was just seen as a British thing, and it still is. But the Great India, it was a private company run by rich individuals who are British, and so the British people, me, get the blame. Like, crazy.
A few looks from different kind of people, but some are willing to.
East India Trading Company was far more damaging to India as a country than Great Britain. I can promise you.
Talk and yeah, fair play to them. They're saying their piece and learning why.
The problem is we set it up and created it. That's the problem. But yeah,
actually out here protesting. Most of them are just saying, as a whole, they should be boycotting Israel, whether you're from there or not. If you play for this team, if you're playing in the Israeli Premier League, you should boycott it. That's what I'm hearing on the ground. So yeah, you're very aggressive. Do you want to say something? How much are you getting paid to come here? You took the train from London.
Women against the far right.
So guys, as you can see behind me.
It's crazy how the women are against the far right, but they're not against persecution of mentally disabled people and breaches of the ECHR. I see women against the far right all the time at all these protests where there's migrants, whether it's an asylum hotel or outside Aston Villa Football Club, apparently. But I've never seen them protesting the persecution of mentally disabled people. Innocent children with autism being force injected or forced medication that doesn't cure them or help them, you know. These sorts of things. But no. They think they are the moral superior, I guess.
You do have some of the organisations involved in the Palestine protest. Just here you have Birmingham, Stand Up to Racism, Refugees Welcome, Say No to Islamophobia, Black Lives Matter, and then various other Palestinian flags as well. But it's about an hour till kick-off, and you can really see the turnout that's here. A lot of people have come out, and specifically this stand, I believe, is where the players are going to arrive. Some are saying the players are already in the ground, I'm not too sure. But a big turnout here. Everybody, you see your sign, do you want to say a few words? Yeah, sure. So sport speaks louder than hate. Some have argued that, you know, Maccabi Tel Aviv's fans not arriving today is hateful. What do you think about that?
I'm happy to speak. I'm not too bothered.
I don't like how all you people try and stop people talking to Wes. Like, I've watched so many of Wesley's videos, and like, he's very nice to anyone who's nice to him, and anyone who's a cunt to him, he's a cunt back. It's as simple as that. He's not asking awful questions, is he?
Is it far right?
It's far right.
Is it far?
Are you far right, Wes? Are you far right?
All right.
Yeah.
What makes me far right?
You've been on the Britain First demo, so you should go.
To document. I mean this. What if I?
Why was he far right? Let's hear that again.
I'm not too bothered. Is it far right?
It's far right.
Is it far right?
Yeah.
What makes me far right?
You've been on the Britain First demo, so you should go.
Oh, because you're on Britain First demo. I see. Britain First demonstration. Let's have a look, Wes. Britain First demonstration. Wesley Winter. Let's have a look. So because you document the Britain First content, you are now... See, this is one thing people need to understand. Accusation by association. So because you have been associating with the far right, you are accused of being far right. Hey, I tell you what, Google knows far more about you than it does me. Fucking far more. That's amazing, that. Google knows nothing about me. Oh, so some people feel that your videos document and amplify the Britain's First message and presence at various locations. I don't know about that, like. I've been a harsh critic of many of the far-right's actions during your videos. The people who vandalised the police cars and vans, which cost the taxpayers a fortune, like smashing the wheels. Assaulting police officers. I don't agree with that, right? As much as I don't like the Northumbria Police's crimes towards me, I don't agree with committing crimes against them, right? No, they're police officers. Some of the far-right people are absolute morons who support Nigel Farage and the Tories in Reform, who literally are the ones who voted for the bad Boris deal that caused this mass migration problem. But when I mention that, they start going on about Tony Blair, which was the previous mass migration problem, which was caused by a different set of rules, different set of laws, and a different set of circumstances. But yes, Tony Blair was responsible for the previous mass migration problem, but the boat problem was caused by Nigel Farage and the Tory party, specifically the bad deal, which Nigel told all his supporters to back and vote for and support, which they did, and it caused the mass migration problem. And now he goes around pretending he's the guy to solve it. And I have seen thousands of people on the far-right demonstrations in Wesley's videos who are Nigel supporters. So they're voting for the guy who caused the mass migration problem to solve it. And I sit here as, like, amazed. Like David Blaine appeared to me in a glass box and said, "James, I know all your secrets." And then just disappeared. That's how amazed I am sometimes at these people. Like Nadine Dorris literally was only in the Tory party for being their scapegoat. And as soon as they couldn't use her anymore because she was all scapegoated out, she's jumped ship to Reform. And like she backed Boris and the Boris deal. And now she goes around like she's going to solve the mass migration problem with Reform. But she voted for the It's like, it's hard to work out an analogy for how stupid it is. It's like voting in Starmer at the next election because he claims he's going to not do digital IDs. But he's the fucker who said he was going to do it in the first place and has caused the digital ID conversation. So it'll be the same as at the next general election, everyone in Britain voting in Keir Starmer for claiming he's not going to do the digital ID, even though he's the fucker who came up with the idea in the first place. Like, it would make no sense, would it?
Going
to document. I mean this. What if I come to this protest? If I come to this protest.
Far right. You've been branded. You've been branded like a cattle, Wes. Far right.
Well, tell us why.
I just document and speak to people.
What interest do you have in this side of things?
Because I'm a British, I don't disagree or agree, I'm a British citizen. I'm wondering why in 2025 there's a football match and fans aren't allowed to come.
It's a reasonable question.
No, go away.
And she was a rude bitch about it.
Just a question. You're here to protest it.
Answer to that. Go.
I want to hear.
Go away, or I'll tell the police.
Go away or I'll tell the police that you're asking a reasonable question in a public place while I'm protesting.
So guys, as you can see, you notice who does speak.
Literally threatened the police because he was asking a reasonable question. How have we got to this point in society where someone threatens you with the police for asking them a question? A reasonable question, you know. I can understand an offensive question like, are you a child sex offender? Yes, get someone arrested for that if you're not one. But if you are one, then you shouldn't have the right not to be asked if you are one. But if you aren't one, yeah, it's complicated. It's complicated, but...
to me and who doesn't. It's the lefty.
I don't understand why you all see him as far right. Because, I mean, he called you a lefty, but... Right, you're a lefty to me because I'm a centrist. This woman.
Women who tend not to talk. The Muslims in the area did speak to me. As you saw, they're very.
Yeah, there was Muslims and they were very honest. Why are the
level-headed? There's always some deranged women who can't answer the question.
See, you should be careful though, Wes, because you've lowered yourself to her level there. She's triggered you. She's triggered you from threatening you with the police for asking a reasonable question and having you escorted from the area by making out you were breaching the peace. Basically playing victim because she couldn't answer a reasonable question. So she played victim. It's a common trait a lot of women use. So you've got to be careful not to lower yourself to her level.
Ridiculous. This is absolutely nothing to do with Aston.
It wasn't deranged either, Wes. It was calculated. She would have spent her whole life doing that sort of thing.
Villa Football Club. Politics, football, difference. Sort it out.
There we go. So guys, that fan has just walked through a crowd of, I guess, the local Muslim community that's come out. As you can see, they are just behind this police line here, but just in front of me, a lot of fans are going into the ground. It is filling up here in Villa Park.
I don't think if you're protesting in a public place, you should have the right not to answer questions. Like, I don't know, like, it's an obligation. If you're protesting in a public place, you are obligated to explain what you're protesting about. So, if I go and stand outside Forth Banks police station, right, with a big sign saying, people against police persecution, I would expect people to ask me what I'm protesting about, what specific persecution of the police. I would also expect the police to come out and ask me what I'm protesting about, right? And I wouldn't believe I had the right to withhold that information because I would have to explain my actions. I'm in a public place protesting, so surely I have to explain why I'm protesting if someone asks. It's an obligation.
For this Europa League tie, without the away fans.
I'm just different to you, like, I think. I'm just weird.
But to the side of me here, you have loads of just Muslim people on the side just watching on, protesting. A score prediction for tonight, what's the score going to be?
2-0.
2-0? What about no away fans though? Does that ruin the atmosphere?
Obviously, yeah. Same reason you're here. Yeah. I agree with everything you say. I watch all of your videos.
Yeah. I was looking at some stats.
I don't know if I agree with everything he says. Like, he just called that woman deranged. And I think it was a very calculated plan to make herself seem like a victim to get you away from her because she couldn't answer your question or didn't want to. But I don't think your question was unreasonable. I don't think you acted in any unreasonable way. And I don't think you gave her any reason not to answer the question. It was simply because she didn't want to answer the question, so she played victim. She could have just asked you politely to go, but she didn't. She threatened you with the police and played victim, which is why I think calling her deranged was wrong, but I understand why you did it. But it was calculated what she did.
Who were the most arrested fans last year? It was Man United. Should we ban Man United fans?
Exactly that, yeah. I agree with exactly what you're saying. When we play Birmingham City in the Cup, do we ban their away fans? No. I agree, man.
So what do you think?
I wonder if he knows he's got a sauce on the side of his face.
It's like the hidden agenda if it's not really to do with aggressive fans and violent
Looks like chicken tikka or something of that ilk.
fans. What is the hidden agenda for?
I don't think it is hidden, is it? I think everyone knows exactly what it is. Everyone's too frightened to say it, but it's there for us in our own eyes.
What's your stance? What do you think it is?
Well, you can hear the things that people over there are shouting, calling to kill people, and they're supposedly peaceful. I mean, it doesn't really add up to
Yeah,
me.
I mean, I don't understand. Why would you call... You shouldn't be calling for the death of anyone. I don't agree with this calling people for death, and I don't agree with capital punishment. So even when someone's like the worst serial killer imaginable, I would rather put them in a box for the rest of their life than give them an easy way out of hanging them or something. Like, I don't understand what you all think life is, but to me, living things are sacred. Like, living things are literally sacred. There's nothing in this universe you can ever tell me more sacred than a living thing. You could claim God, but God's, in your eyes, a living thing, right? So there you go, fucking catch-22.
Me?
How do you feel this game's become politicised?
Oh, I don't want to talk. They may probably get arrested.
Yeah. Some Villa fans are fearful. They've come in earlier than expected. They've been told to get into the ground early, avoid the protests, avoid any kind of confrontation, and that's what we're hearing from actual Villa fans. I don't know if half of these people actually support Villa. Maybe they support Man United. But here you can see the biggest flag here is not a Villa flag. It is a Palestine flag. I've never seen anything like it. You usually get murals in football in away stands where they'll have huge flags supporting the team. This is supporting something that isn't even part of the UK. And you hear the chants in front of me. Free, free Palestine is the chant. No one's singing about Aston Villa. I haven't learned a Villa song since
Hey, there's not... Even the Aston Villa fans aren't singing very often, Wes. Actually, how's their season going? Let's have a look. Aston Villa, how you doing? Villa are... Oh, they're 6th. Oh, they have got a lot of singing to do. Fair enough, lads. I was wrong.
Someone needs to teach me some of the...
Fucking... Ablonglo... I can't even pronounce it. I can't pronounce your surname. Gabby from TalkSport will be happy.
Chance, as I don't have a clue. It doesn't even feel like a football match. It feels like just a pro-Palestine protest. There's no atmosphere. I don't feel the English football culture here. It's just very much the Muslim community of Birmingham have just come out and taken over this stand, as you can see in front of me here. Listen to the chants, guys. Listen to the chants. Something's going on. The football lads are here.
If there's one thing I would advise the UK government to introduce, it's when there's a public protest of this scale, alcohol should be banned from being consumed in the area. So when there's a public protest planned, alcohol should be banned from being consumed within that area. So literally, we've got a young man here. They're clearly drinking alcohol, some of these people, and that's fine. But like, what it means is if Aston Villa serve alcohol, the protest can't take place anywhere near Aston Villa Football Club. You've got a bunch of people drinking and a bunch of protesters. These people are going to a football match who are allowed to drink, and there's around protesters who aren't drinking. It's a recipe for disaster. So I'm about to see what's going to happen with this recipe for disaster. But the protest shouldn't have been allowed to take place outside Aston Villa Football Club. It should have been a football game, and that should have been it.
Fucking hell on! You have the football lads here. Here we go. Go, Giza. You are right, that's Giza. Great work. Thank you.
watch that again. Nothing there really seemed unreasonable. Let's have a look.
Here we go.
Was putting in the man in the headlock really necessary? Yeah, I don't know what this man has said or done, but he's been put in a headlock and then dragged backwards by his neck, which is a highly dangerous thing. I don't think that's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable to have put this man in a chokehold and dragged him backwards. If he had committed a crime, you would have arrested him. You didn't. You pushed him away. Now, pushing him away, I think that was fine. I think pushing him away was fine. But I think when the officer here puts him in a headlock and drags him backwards, I think that's an unreasonable use of force by that officer. Yeah, he should be disciplined for that. Like, you shouldn't be putting British members of the public in headlocks and dragging them around. I can understand if he was a criminal and he had committed a violent crime or a sexual crime and was being pursued and trying to flee, resisting arrest, fine, maybe then. But this man is clearly not under arrest, otherwise you wouldn't have just pushed him away afterwards. This man doesn't seem to be a danger to anyone around him. He's surrounded by police officers. But even if he was a danger, you could have grabbed him by the scruff of his clothes. He clearly has a hoodie on there. You could have grabbed him by the hood and just yanked him back a little bit. But instead, you put your arm entirely around his neck and then dragged him backwards by his neck via your arm around his neck. That's not reasonable. I don't think. I'm not sure what he's done. Maybe this man has done or said something where it was reasonable, but I haven't seen that.
Here we go.
Warning him. I'm warning you. What are you warning him for?
So, as you can see, the police are facing this side. They're not facing the other side. Here they go. So, guys, very interesting here. The police are facing this side. We do have a second line of people here. Everybody, we do have a second line. So, the 700 officers that have been deployed today are going to come into full effect here in this stand. We're about half an hour from kick-off. I don't think some of these guys have tickets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't have tickets.
Excuse us. What do you like? Yeah, no. What do you think of all of this behind us? What do you make of it?
Smack a lot of them. Put that on TikTok. Wankers, a lot of them. Scumbags, nutcases. Up the Villa.
Alright guys, it's getting heated up. The police are trying to keep both sides in certain groups. As you can see behind me, there's people this way behind me. There's still fans trying to get into the ground just ahead of us. Wow. I've never seen anything like it. It's very tame. Now it's really picked up the ante. Check it out, guys. Here we are.
I tell you what, a group of protesters will never outsing a bunch of football fans who are drunk. You will never, ever outsing a bunch of footballers or football fans who have been drinking if you're a bunch of you won't. You've got no chance.
Here we go, guys. It's picked backing up, mate. One guy over here.
What's he been arrested for? I'll move back.
Police are telling us to go that way, but more and more fans are coming in. Can they control it? We're in a very tight area. It's not party. Press. Section 17. Alright guys, we're out of the cordon now. As you can see, they're pushing it back. Making sure all the fans start moving. Have a look guys, all there is to mess around. They're all here. Hundreds of them are here. All wearing that, all covered in black. It's getting very hostile. There's another group just here that have been squeezed off. So you have all of them here from another group.
It's a very small space to police a lot of people. This police officer recognises you, Wes, straight away. That female officer there, she recognised you. She smiled as well, look at that. Watch this. This female officer there turns round, Wes, notices you, smiles, and turns back around.
Another group. Guys, are we witnessing two-tip policing? Are the police policing one side?
There's Wesley Winters! Oh my god!
Guys, this camera is saving me right now. I'm not trying to get pushed into different crowds. This is the most political game I've ever seen in the UK. One stop and search here.
Yeah, I've never seen such a political game before.
One stop and search, we got one arrest. We have people with anti-Zionism, opposed Tommy Robinson. We're all here. People getting frustrated. They're trying to let someone get through. Well, guys, it's really getting heated here in Aston. The side are very tame. Excuse me. Why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? Do you believe in freedom of press? Do you believe in freedom of press? No. Yeah.
Wonder what you called you.
Very friendly. Very friendly.
Thing is, though, you elder Muslim men shouldn't be apologising for the young men's behaviour. You should be telling their dads and their granddads that they're bringing shame on your community by attacking people like Wes who are doing nothing wrong. Simply because they disagree with their beliefs. Like, that is one thing a lot of Muslim young men need to understand, that you're bringing shame on Islam, Allah, and Muhammad by mistreating Allah's creations. Just so you're aware, I know it's not written in your Quran, but you are.
So that guy's meant to be security. Just called me, see you next Tuesday. Unbelievable.
Oh, so did that guy call you a cunt?
So that guy's meant to be security. Just called me, see you next Tuesday.
Some Muslim men like that, they bring shame on all Muslims. They bring shame on all Muslims because they're bad Muslims. That's one thing the world needs to understand. The difference between a good Muslim and a bad Muslim. A good Muslim would never hurt you unless you gave him a damn good reason. Like, you know, you try to kill his kids or hurt his woman, right? Fine. Like the same as any normal man, right? That's a good Muslim. Just because they pray and go to a mosque doesn't mean they want to kill all the white people or, you know, fucking hurt white girls. That's such bullshit, right? There are bad Muslims who are bring shame to their religion and their community and their families, like those people. And there are good Muslims who are honest, decent, hard-working men who don't commit crimes, pay their taxes, and are good people. You've got to understand the difference.
Unbelievable.
So he did the old pretend to be nice so I can be a cunt thing. So some people will pretend to be nice, but I'm sorry, and then call you a cunt because they want you. They try and lower your guard, right? So when they put the knife in, it hurts more, or they think it does, right? So what some people will do, that they come in with the intention of hurting your feelings or emotions or triggering you, but they'll pretend to be nice at first. With the idea that they think it will deceive you and make you lower your guard, so it's easier to attack you, so it hurts more. Like quite a few people do it, not a lot, but quite a few. I'm yet to work out why these people do it, but it's becoming more common actually.
It's all happening. What's going on? Just down there's another stand where fans can go in. They're trying to move everyone to that stand behind me.
You got any way of getting the horses to our back?
They're calling for horses. They're calling for the cavalry. The horse.
Calling for the cavalry. Call for the horses. And Rohan will answer.
Horses are coming in from the officer. That's the message. But as you can see, it's absolutely jam-packed. You can't really fit anyone through at the minute. Oh, they're very angry, they're swearing. Oh, who put 50p in it? Here we go. Sharia law is coming to the UK. They're calling for calm. Good.
There's a good Muslim. Calling for his fellow people or fellow members of his community to calm down. Because they're going to bring shame on Islam and Muslims. But, you know, they won't listen to him. Because they'll think he's just some silly old man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here they go. They're ready. They are getting very aggressive.
They're not even kicking off at anyone.
Now the police have another job to do. As you can notice here.
Good man. Good man. At least he managed to control them young men. Good on him.
They have their own security, not even the police. So they're policing it themselves. As you can see from here. The chant for free Palestine. Where is the police? We do not know.
I can guarantee that 99% of all the individuals here have never give two fucks about the mentally disabled people who have been genocided for thousands of years. The Nazis picked on mentally disabled people. The Americans picked on the Russians, the Chinese. Everyone in the world picks on mentally disabled people, including in Palestine and Israel. Mentally disabled people suffer and die for being born disabled. And not 99% of the people here would have never mentioned it.
So, as you can see, there's no police collars here. It's all they police it themselves. The police will turn a blind eye at these protests and instead police football fans who are just over here. They're too busy policing this side. Hey, get your 5 minutes of fame, mate. 5 minutes of fame. Very peaceful, mate.
Politics out of football, my mate. Up the fucking Villa.
Up the Villa.
Politics out of football.
Yes. As you can see, the police in front of us here are pushing fans into the ground, or maybe just out of this road in particular. It caused a bit of commotion.
I have to admit, it looks like a very difficult situation to police. They're all very close together. There's not really any open spaces. It's dark. It's not the best lighting. There's so many people. I haven't seen anything bar that headlock being unreasonable so far. Everything's been all right.
Football fans.
Yeah.
How do you make of the police presence here as opposed to the police presence just behind us?
These be pushed away. Yeah. These are getting pushed away.
They paid money to come here.
Yeah.
Why would they be not loud? These people are not football supporters. You shouldn't have religion or any politics in football.
Correct.
Football's supposed to unite, not divide.
Correct. Well, we unite after the final whistle, but when the game's on, it's game on.
So as you can see, local fans feel that this game is being divided because of politics, because of religion, and this is the result of it. how many more football matches will we see in the UK where politics and religion is involved?
Trying to get to the game, right?
This man says he's trying to get to the game. He's going through the crowd.
To be fair, what you all might not understand is Newcastle-Sunderland's rivalry is actually political. But we'll get along well enough, apart from on match days, right? But, yeah, because Sunderland helped the Scottish breach the Newcastle City gate by telling them how to do it. But the truth of the matter is the Scottish were threatening all the Sunderland people with their lives, so it's not like the Sunderland people had a choice. But therefore, because the Mackhams did that, they were seen as traitors to England, and so the Geordies saw them as traitors. So for 400 years, there's been this rivalry between us because they helped the Scottish breach the castle gates, right? So it is political, right? It is political, but we are neighbours. Like we all have families who are Mackhams, you know. Geordies and Mackhams are like interlinked. There's always some Geordie in a Mackham family, and there's always some Mackham in a Geordie family. And if there's not, there's some sand dancer, which is something in between, right? Newcastle Sunderland is political, but I'm pretty sure like it's not seen that way, but it is.
And everyone here, for the love of the game, is not happy with the people who are here to politicise it and who are not Villa fans. And what's going on 1,000 miles away shouldn't be expressed as...
But being honest, right, as much as I'm a Newcastle fan and Sunderland's our rival team, I want to see Sunderland do well, right? So I'm very happy to see them up the top of the Premier League with the rest of the good teams, right? I'm very happy to see it. I'm just not happy that they're above Newcastle, right? I don't care how high up the table Sunderland finish. I don't care, as long as Newcastle finish above them. The higher Sunderland finish, the better, because it's better for the North East, it's better for the people of Sunderland. They'll be happier, they'll work harder, there'll be more job opportunities in the area. Kids will grow up playing football more, which will produce more footballing talent in the North East in the future, and better England players in the future. So I want to see Sunderland do well as their rival, but I don't want to see them do better than Newcastle. No, definitely not.
Such an event. What's left in this country for people to just go out, working class people, and anyone who wants to watch football to come and just enjoy themselves? Whatever happened to that?
And as a Villa fan, how does that change the game without away fans? Just in general as a football fan, with no away fans?
With no away fans, it doesn't feel like a normal football game. It feels like some sort of COVID game where it's not the way football games should be. And COVID brought a weird atmosphere which didn't feel right, and this brings a weird atmosphere that doesn't feel right either.
So for you, game's gone?
Well, we'll see. I don't write it off until we've seen the game. Maybe there'll be some crazy stuff that goes on inside, because hell, it's gone crazy outside, that's for sure.
There we go. Thanks for the words, mate.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. So yeah, you guys, you decide. Game's gone, game in play, we will see. But the horses are in, the cavalry that is going to push the fans back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 horses. They've got their Christmas lights on. Will they be charging at the Villa fans? At the minute, it seems like crowd control. But they do get very agitated, as you've seen in other videos. England football match in 2025. Check it out. The villains, the Villa fans are just up there in those stands. It does sound like a full house. Besides the away fans, we do have tickets to the game, guys. We will go in very shortly. We're just going to keep an eye on this.
Yeah, but I don't understand.
So, mate, tell me about that. You've been hit in the face 5 times since you've been here.
With the Palestinian flags, yeah, but...
Right, so why are they aggressive towards you? What in particular?
Well, I don't know, just trying to get hold of the situation, I guess, but I'm not too bothered. What it is, right, the police are pushing the Palestine guys back, and they're also pushing us back, which they shouldn't be doing. They don't need to touch me. They don't need to touch my guard either. There's no reason why the guard...
Antagonise, this man's saying antagonise, and yeah, back in the section, mate. Back in the section. Mate, there's face comments behind you. You guys talking about face covering essentially one.
So if you didn't hear that, that gentleman was informing the police that there was people there with face coverings who weren't with them.
2, 3, just here.
Inside.
Really? What? Yeah. So just now you saw Union Jack flag, they didn't let him inside?
No, no.
Right. What, he's getting arrested now?
No, no.
Okay.
He tried to go to the ground. He left the flag here.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want it.
Wow.
Complicit, mate. You're all complicit.
Yeah, I would have gone into the game without the flag as well, mate. It's not worth it. Just leave the flag and go in.
So this is a guy who had the Union Jack. He's having a bit of back and forth with the steward.
Now I can't go in because I've made a statement to somebody who was videoing to say if I was a steward, I wouldn't have worked knowing that somebody can't come in with a Union flag. And now they've said, because I've said that, I can't go into the ground. Which isn't surprising. It's not surprising. It's not surprising. It's not.
So you bought your ticket?
This guy here. He's took offence. He's took offence personally. I don't know why.
So you took offence for the Union Jack flag?
No, I didn't, mate. I took offence to being called a wanker.
No, hang on a minute. Nobody was called anybody.
I don't think he would have said you called him a wanker if you didn't.
A wanker, right? He took offence because I said, as a steward, they're all complicit.
I bet he called him a wanker after he said that. I bet you.
If I was told as a steward...
I believe the bigger man there was telling the truth. I don't believe this small man is telling Wesley the truth. I believe he's left out the part where he called him a wanker. So he's using the truth here to try and lie. That's what's happened here. So he did try and he did say these things about the Stewart thing, but he's not been allowed in because he called him a wanker. It's not about the flag.
Steward, don't let anybody in with a Union flag in a great British stadium, the greatest of British stadiums, then I would not have worked tonight. So he's took offence. Obviously, he needs his £15 an hour because he's probably a supervisor.
So you're trying to offend him again? So if you hadn't have called him a wanker, right, you wouldn't have tried to insult him there. But because you're trying to offend him by, insulting him for working or for doing his job, you're trying to offend him, that would suggest you already tried to offend him. You didn't make out like it was the first... This man's a lot bigger than you, okay? You wouldn't say these things... You wouldn't be mocking this man, right, in the street if he wasn't working.
So, fair play to him.
And the guy next to him, his chest is beeping red, which suggests he has a video camera on, and that'll have a microphone on. He was likely standing next to this man when you called him a wanker, and it'll be recorded.
But then he took offence and said, you can't come in because, you know, when people think they're above the law and they're like, right.
No, it's not that he's above the law. He's doing his job.
A bit of authority. You can't come in. That's what he's done, this man here.
He's trying to antagonise him by pointing while he's on camera.
What a shame. I'm sure his grandkids will be...
And see, now he's trying to get a reaction out of him.
Proud.
So what are you going to do?
And he knows. And he's this man shouldn't have to suffer this guy trying to emotionally damage him and mentally piss him off to the point where he reacts. Like, I'm fully on the side of this Stuart 040. Fully on his side, sir. Fully on your side.
I'm going to go home. I'm going to get my Union flag.
Good. Take your fucking flag and fuck off, you cunt.
I'm going to get the train and go home.
Yeah, fuck off. Wanker.
So, guys, as you saw there,
I don't believe that Stuart would have stopped you from entering the ground simply for having a flag and for having an opinion. But he said it's because you called him a wanker. And I don't think... He didn't look like a liar to me. Why would I... He doesn't seem to have any reason to lie about it. And the way he said it didn't suggest he lied. It suggests he was being honest. And he has every right to reject you from the ground, from entering, for calling him a wanker, because he's a fucking steward. He controls who goes in and out. Like, it's his job. So get your flag and fuck off.
Saying he called him a wanker, but had an issue with the flag originally. And here he is now taking it off and he's not allowed in the ground.
I don't like the way he was trying to trigger him. and mocking his job. Like, he needs his £15 an hour. Like, we all need our fucking money that people work for. Who the fuck do you think you are, mocking him or trying to mock him or take the piss? He might not even need to work, right? Okay, and he's only doing this so he's got some extra money at Christmas for his grandchildren or something. You have no idea anything about this man. Who the fuck do you think you are to speak to him like that? To try and emotionally abuse him into reacting because you couldn't get your own way. And you lied to Wes. You definitely did call him a wanker. That's why you didn't get in. I bet he said enjoy your evening. Something. I want to know what he said. I want to know what he said. Let's see if I can lip read it. I can't lip read it. I really want to know what he said. Ah, fuck the Villa. Fuck the Villa. Fuck the Villa. Up the tune.
What it was. Well, I spoke to some fans. They say in the derby there's less police. This is more police here. Really, as a fan?
I've been Birmingham away.
Right.
St Andrews a few times.
What?
I've seen more police here than out there.
Crazy. What are you seeing from the fans? Are they against the Maccabi Tel Aviv players? As those outside were. What about the Aston Villa fans?
Oh yeah, we're not. We don't care about it all. I mean, all the protests and all that, we don't care. We're just here for the football, so yeah, we're just here to watch Villa.
Hi guys, we're going back in.
Google doesn't know what football team you support, Wes.
Into the ground. So yeah, at the minute guys, 1-0 to Villa. The second half is about to start. Atmosphere is really quiet. I've been told some fans didn't want to come. Sorry, that first half.
Fuck the Villa. Fuck the Villa. Was that the end of it? Is this the end of it?
There we go. Villa.
Fuck the Villa.
Now the place is
fuck the Villa.
Yeah.
All the, to the game.
People.
I mean, you could said about the game and potentially.
Yeah. Typical Euro.
Difference.
And here we see some. There we go. The Villa fans.
Games sometimes good, sometimes shit.
There we go.
Fucking Villa.
Of the Villa.
Of the Villa.
The match has finished, but just behind me you still have a few protesters who are here. They're waiting for the bus, I'm guessing, to leave the ground. I don't know if there'll be much reaction as the bus leaves. Obviously, they are very much against the Israeli players, so we will see what happens as the bus leaves. But there's still. So guys, as you can see behind me, there is going to be a police escort, I believe, for the actual players who played today, Maccabi Tel Aviv players. Here, see, look at the security we have here.
Bloody hell. Wow. It's more security than some MPs get, that is.
1, 2, 3, 4 private cars here, undercovers. I'm sure.
I can promise you right now, they're armoured plated cars that are bulletproof.
I think they're all getting brought out in the
I can tell you by the suspension weight when they're bouncing.
His cars, yeah. So it wasn't a
You
bus.
see, look at the difference, right?
3, 4 private cars here, undercovers. I'm sure. I think they're all getting brought out in these cars, yeah. So it wasn't a bus.
You see the suspension difference from the
going
police
that way.
car.
Yeah, this has got to be it,
The
guys.
police car actually
this is what happens.
looked like it had suspension. The other ones,
players are getting escorted
the suspension looked like
Range
it was
Rovers
crying.
and all sorts. So that's just how.
Those were bulletproof, armour-proofed cars, you know. They're not fucking cheap, them things.
The players are feeling they have to come and play a football match in fear of being attacked from locals, I guess, in Aston. There are people here today trying to boycott the whole game. First it was the fans, then it was the players. Some argued that it should have been behind closed doors. Some said they should have just cancelled it altogether. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. This was after.
I'm sure they were bulletproof.
2, 3, 4 private cars here. Covers. I'm sure. I think they're all getting brought out in these cars. Yeah. So it wasn't a bus. One's going.
Well, that's the end of the video. So thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much for the content, Wes, as always. If you do want to interview me over the human rights abuse by Northumbria Police, you know where you've got my Discord. I'm in the channel. Have a good one. Talk soon. Bye bye.